so this time you're going to do example 6 on your own after you watch this second part of the video. So this is part 2. All right, the reason I want you to do this is because I wanted to show you how to do some things on your decimals. This one's a little bit different. So the first one is 4 to the second power. So you're going to click on your 4, and the 8 to the second, that puts it in the second power. So you're going to write the 16 here. Okay, now we're going to do the square root of 15, which is $3.87. Okay. All right, now the next one's going to be negative 5 divided by 2, which is negative $2.50. Okay, now this is where it starts to get a little tricky on the next one. All right, so you have, let me show you this really quick. Okay, so we're going to put, this is a little bit different fraction. There's a way that you can do it on your decimals. Mine's a little bit different, so I'm going to show you. You're going to click the division first. You're going to scroll over outside of the fraction in front of it, and you're going to put the negative 2, and then you're going to click on the top, the numerator, put the 1, the denominator is 3. Okay, notice that you don't see the answer, okay? So that means that you're going to have to put something in front of it. You have to put x equals, and that shows you the decimal form, okay? If you need to see this again, rewind it and watch the video again. So I'm going to go ahead and write down negative $2.33. That's for that one. Then the last one is going to be 1 divided by 16, which is about 6 cents. So I'm going to put it over here because I ran out of space. About 6 cents. Okay, so now you're going to put them from greatest to least, so big to small. Okay. And then remember that you have to put them in the original form, which is why we put them in decimal first, and then we're going to put them into the original form in order. So I know I want the largest number here. So one thing that I do is I like to circle my negatives. That way I know that these are the smallest numbers that are going to go on the back. So now I can look at all the positives I have. And I know my largest number is going to be 16, so I'm going to put 4 squared. My next number is going to be $3.87. So I'm going to put the square root of 15. I'm going to put 2. That's the order that it goes. And then my next largest number is going to be 1 out of 16, which is the 6 cents. Now, the smallest number, when it's a negative, it's the one that's further away from 0. So this one's closer to 0. So that's my next number. So it's going to be negative 2 1/3. Which is going to be the 4th number on the list. And then the last number is going to be negative 5/2. Okay, so we just put them from greatest to least. Big to small. Okay. All right, now I'm going to help you with the next one, and then I'll go over the other ones. So the first thing I want you to look at this one is that notice how this one says fastest to slowest. So I'm going to give you an example between me and one of you guys, okay? So let's say that I, Ms. Gonzalez, ran 1 mile in, let's say, 15 minutes, okay? And then Ms. Hill ran 1 mile in 7 minutes. Who's the fastest, Miss Hill or me? So Miss Hill got there fastest, so she's the fastest and I'm the slowest. So it's going to be from, so the fastest rate is 7 and the slowest rate is 15. That means it's from least to greatest. Okay, so when you get something like this, kind of think about this scenario, and I'm going to write it here. Least to greatest. So you're going to put these in a decimal form. So you're going to go to your decimals. You're going to put 18, so you can put x equals for this one, because remember it has a whole number. So I'm going to put x equals 18. Oh, because it does have that 1/2. Remember, I have to do that the fraction first. That's division. Scroll back, put 18. 1/2. So my decimal form is $18.50. So I'm going to write that down. $18.50. This is already in decimal form, so I don't have to do anything with that. Okay. And then here we go, 18 and 3/8. So I already have the 18 there. So all I have to do is take away that 1. If I can get it there. Maybe this. Okay, this should be 8. So I'm going to go back, take that off 8, and then let me go back over here. I think this should be 3. And look, it's $18.37. And then the last one's already in decimal. I just got to add that placeholder. And now I can put from least to greatest. So my smallest number is going to be the $18. So this one's going to be number 1, who is Shelby. And I'm going to write S for Shelby. The next second place is going to be this one, number 2, Madison. Third place is going to be Ryan. Oh, sorry, I should have put the 3. Number 3 is Ryan. And the person that was the slowest, that took forever to get there, was Tammy. Okay, so now I'll put them from least to greatest, from fastest to slowest. All right. Okay, so now I'm kind of just going to go over this really quick, and then you're going to do this in your own on your Google form. So now it's acting from heaviest to lightest. So if something is really, really, really heavy, to the lightest is going to be greatest to least. Okay, and again, you're going to put them in order. Here, okay, and go ahead and label them here. Question 10. Okay, this last two were star release questions, and this one's asking from least to greatest. Okay, from least to greatest. So you would have to do the same thing. Put all of these in decimal form, and then find your smallest to biggest, and find the matching one. Now, what's tricky is that they gave you this little map because it's talking about a map. It just wants you to show the map, but this has nothing to do with that. It's just where the locations are, so you can ignore that part. They will sometimes do that to kind of distract you and confuse you. But what you really need is the distances, which is this right here. This is just showing you where in the map. Okay? All right, now the last one, all they're really asking is the smallest one. So you would convert all of these into decimals and tell me which of these is your smallest screen. When you're done, go ahead and submit the Google form and make sure you fill in the rest of your notes.